James chugged merrily through the countryside. He was thinking how surprised Bertie would be when he saw the animals. Back! Then he came to another junction. He looked to the left and looked to the right. But which way was it to Knapford? He couldn't remember. Both tracks looked very familiar. In the end, he decided to go straight. Click on the switch lever to make James go straight. James was happy that he was going to see his friend Bertie. He also thought about how pleased Sir Topham Hatt would be when he arrived at the zoo on time with the animals. Back at the engine shed, Thomas saw that it was time to go and meet James at the zoo.
"Come on,"
said his driver.
"we have to get going."
Thomas puffed up a big cloud of steam, and off he went. To the zoo! To the zoo! He wheeshed. Thomas couldn't wait to get to the zoo and went as fast as he could. As he came through a tunnel, he saw a man on the bridge ahead waving a red flag.
"Slow down, Thomas,"
said his driver, slamming on the brakes.
"That means there's been an accident. We have to stop."
Thomas's brakes squealed and screeched as he came to a halt just in time.
"That was close."
His driver was right. A truck had turned over and spilled the toys it was carrying across the track. What a mess. Luckily, Harold was already at the scene.
"Don't worry, Thomas,"
he whirred.
"We'll soon have this lot sorted out and you can be on your way."
Help Harold clear the toys blocking the railway line. Click on the shape that matches the one you can see on the truck. Very good. Splendid! You've chosen the right one. Excellent! That's the right shape. Well done! You chose the correct one. Yes, that's the correct shape. Yes, that's the correct shape. Story. Once all the toys had been cleared, Thomas was ready to be on his way. Thanks, Harold, said Thomas.
No problem.
Buzzed Harold.
All part of my job.
And he whirred off humming happily.
Come on, Thomas,
said his driver. The pictures of different foods and click on the food that you think it eats. Well done! That's what that animal likes to eat. Thomas was puffing along the track as fast as he could when Harold appeared.
Hello there, Thomas,
he buzzed.
I'm here to lend a hand.
Thomas was very pleased to see Harold.
Harold, you go ahead and search for James. I will get there as soon as I can.
Right,
said Harold.
That's a good idea. I'll be on my way.
He buzzed along as fast as he could, looking carefully for James and the trucks. But the further he went, the cloudier it was. James and the Troublesome Trucks are lost in the forest, and Harold is looking for them. Move Harold around by using the arrow keys on your keyboard, or clicking with your mouse. Blow away the clouds with his rotor blades until you find James. we've found. It's Percy, but we have to find James. That's it. The clouds are all gone. Now Harold can go and find Thomas and tell him exactly where James is. Story. James was very glad to see Harold buzzing overhead.
I'm here! I'm here!
He cried.
Right, James. I'm going to tell Thomas. We'll come back soon.
And off he whirred to tell Thomas the good news. Well done, said Thomas. It's lucky you're such a good rescue helicopter, Harold.
Just doing my duty,
said Harold.
Now follow me and we'll be there in no time.
At last, Thomas, Harold, James, and the Troublesome Trucks were reunited. Cinders and ashes, James, puffed Thomas. Where have you been? Sir Topham Hatt isn't happy at all. James began to explain, and then Thomas saw that the animals were gone. Where are the animals? Before James could say anything, the Troublesome Trucks butted in.
We told him not to let them out, but he wouldn't listen.
But, said James. Never mind that, James, said Thomas. We better hurry up and find them. Sir Topham Hatt is waiting. The animals are hiding in the bushes, and you need to catch them. Make a noise by clicking on any bush with your mouse. The animals will look to see what the noise is. Once an animal appears, click on it to put it back in the truck. But be quick. Back! Quick! It's the... That's it! Look! There's the elephant! That's it! Hurry! There's the kangaroo! Well done! Look! It's the giraffe! Well done! Quick! There's... Well done! Well done! All the animals are safe and sound. Now James can go to the zoo. Once all the animals were safely back in the trucks, they were ready to go.
I'll radio ahead to Sir Topham Hatt and tell him we're on our way,
said Harold. That's a good idea, puffed Thomas. Don't you think so, James? But James didn't say anything. He was worrying about how angry Sir Topham Hatt would be when they arrived. On the journey, Thomas made sure they went straight there. When they arrived at the station, Sir Topham Hatt was waiting for them.
Thank goodness you're here,
said Sir Topham Hatt, who was very relieved to see them.
And do you have an explanation for me?
He said, turning to James. James didn't know quite what to say.
I'm sorry, sir. I promise it will never happen again. James, you have caused confusion and delay, said Sir Topham Hatt sternly. It is lucky that Thomas and Harold found you so quickly.
Behind him, the Troublesome Trucks snickered.
As for you,
he said, looking at the trucks,
I've heard all about your tricks from James's driver. You're lucky I don't turn you all into scrap.
The trucks became quiet when they heard that word. Thomas, James, and the Troublesome Trucks all headed towards the zoo. The animals were unloaded and taken to their new homes. Help Sir Topham Hatt decorate the zoo to celebrate the arrival of the animals. Use the balloons and flags at the side to decorate the zoo. Click and drag them to put them where you like. When you've finished, click on the arrow button at the bottom of the screen. After the party was over, Sir Topham Hatt went to talk to James and Thomas.
Thomas,
He said,
you did a very good job finding James. You are a very useful engine.
Then he spoke to James.
I hope you've learned a lesson from today.
James looked very sheepish.
Yes, sir. I'm very sorry. Just remember,
Said Sir Topham Hatt.
always follow the directions and go straight to your destination.
After Sir Topham Hatt had gone, Thomas felt sorry for James.
Come on, James. Why don't we go and see the animals in their new homes?
When James saw that the animals were settling in comfortably, he felt much better. All the visitors at the zoo were enjoying themselves, and even Sir Topham Hatt seemed to have forgotten about James's little adventure, although James didn't forget the lesson he had learned. Congratulations! You finished the story and completed all the games. Now it's time to get your certificate. Click on the print button to print it out. Then write your name on the certificate. Quit.